these are the videos I get to really freaking nerd out. And this is the Neewer DL400, and it's a little dirty. I've been using it, but this is a motorized camera slider dolly, right? So, and for a few years, I've used the DL200, which is the smaller brother to the DL400, and it's been good, but there's always been some weaknesses, and they fixed all of those with this one, which is the DL400. Dust just came off the wheels again. I've been using this thing, but I paid for the DL200 myself. But Neewer sent out the DL400 for me to review, and thank God, because since CES, I've been thinking about upgrading my kit, and I need to buy some new things this year. And so thank you to Neewer for sending this out. But as always, this will still be an honest and transparent, consumer-friendly look at this DL400. Now, first, I do want to put this out there. I've used Neewer for years as a customer, so I want to call out my bias early. Neewer is one of those brands that really provide value at a lower cost than other brands in the photo and video industry. So when I first started out, I was buying Neewer stuff, and now that I'm established and I make a lot more money than when I first started my channel personally outside of YouTube, I still buy Neewer because they still provide a lot of value. And so I always like to cover these things like early, right? And if you know my channel, then you know I like to cover products that have a high value return. And so for years, I've brought lights, sliders, tripods, lens filters, camera accessories, mobile phone accessories, etc. So Neewer is a brand that I personally stand behind with my own money. So I always think it's important to get that out there, and you can take that as you will. All my reviews are honest and transparent, but if there's potentially a bias, I always want to let you know. The DL400 comes in this very nice case. Now, this case protects everything on the inside. You're gonna get your user manual that comes in multiple different languages. You can connect an action camera with this accessory here, so like GoPro, something like that. You can also connect your mobile phone in either vertical and or horizontal orientation with this accessory. It comes with a USB-A to USB-C charging cable. Now, it also has this tripod ball head tripod top, and this one's okay. It's really nice. It's metal. Now here is the DL400 itself. It's massive. It feels like a tank. This is where you attach the battery to it. You can see it there. Here are the wheels. Now these are really nice upgrades. These are really good. This is going to allow you to attack pretty much different types of terrain and inclines. You can also twist this at these degrees marks. So these numbers are the degrees that you're going to be turning the dolly at, all the way up to 30 degrees in either direction. This is really useful when you kind of want to go around a product. You have your buttons in the front. You also have your if you want to plug it in and charge it that way, you can. Status light, and then a physical controller. On the bottom, you're going to see all the information that you need to identify this particular model, which is the model DL400. Let's jump into the nerdy goodness first before we start talking about some of the artistic stuff. So the DL400 is an upgraded version of my, again, DL200. There's even a DL300 that released in the middle, which is slightly bigger than the two. This is a big freaking slider. The DL400 is a much larger version, carrying up to 6.6 pounds or 3 kilograms, right, depending on where you are. And you can control it by the Neewer app for manual, live video and time-lapse like type functions, all within the app. And the app is both on Android or iOS. The DL400 has a dual motor drive with 5 speeds that are 40% faster than the previous models. Now, that's within the media, right? They don't say on the website if it's 40% faster than the DL300 or the DL200. It doesn't say. I do have the DL200, and it's a lot faster than that one, and way more powerful. We'll get to that in a little bit. But I don't have the DL300 to compare it. So I don't know, take that as you will. To me, the biggest upgrade are the 4 RC style wheels. and look at these wheels. Like these are to me the size, the weight capacity, the speed, but for real, these tires really allow you to operate on many different surfaces and up to a 30% incline. And I got a video in a second where a gradual incline. You can't see it on my street, but it's a very long, constant incline, and it just trucked along. The new features that I really like on this is the NP750 battery. That's a big thing because you can swap out batteries as opposed to having to charge this. You have to charge this one directly, and when you run out, and that's the end of it. Being able to swap those batteries is a big, big, big increase, and the battery is rechargeable, and it allows you to charge it with the USB-C cable, and that it has a status light on it so you know when it's charging and when it's full. So there's 3 modes of shooting with this. Using the buttons, like on the front of the DL400, you got buttons on the front. You can also use it with the app, as I mentioned a second ago, and you can manually push it when it's not powered. So that doesn't hurt it or harm it. You can push it like a sled if you want to when it's not powered. Here in the app, you can just click it, it'll go. I got it set to slow right now. Let's stop it. Let's set it to constant. Once it comes to a stop, now it's at constant. Let's make it go the other direction. So super easy to control the dolly in this. You can, let's stop it again. Let's raise the speed. Boom. Now you see that speed that it's working with. Look how fast and responsive it is to the app. Like that is super, super, super useful. Let's stop it again. Boom. You can see that this thing is so, so, so responsive. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, that's super sweet. From there, you can also change, you can set an A-B point. So like if you want to go A to B, you can set an A-B point. Another thing you can do is like a live view. So if you want this to go this 66 centimeters in that direction, you can set that. Or if you want it to go in that direction for 30 seconds, you can set that just by pushing start. It's going to go, and it's going to go until that timer is out, but we're going to stop it. And we're going to go back to the app here. So super simple to use the app. And then you can also do a time lapse. Now, these hole in the front right here is a shutter cable release. So you connect the shutter cable to that to your camera, and then it can control your camera for like the time lapse. But you can set up a time lapse, and you can do all of that within the app. The biggest thing for me with the DL400 is the flexibility. That's the biggest thing. In the past with the DL200, you were limited to, because of the wheel size and because of the consistency in which it would tip over, you were limited to the areas and the type of places and type of shots that you could get. And I do highly recommend this. Yes, it's $209, which may seem like a lot of money. That's really like a pay of $50, but in the grand scheme of like gear and stuff like that, $200 is like a drop in the bucket. Like it's not expensive at all, especially for something this functional. I mean, this is 3 pounds, 14 ounces. What impresses me about the video footage is that the video footage is useful. I did my footage without any in-body stabilization because I wanted to see what it was naturally like on that concrete. And it's really rough concrete, right? And there's deep divots and stuff like that. It's going over debris and things like that. And this is the footage that you're getting out of that. And if you're using this in a studio environment, like you won't have any issues with that at all. And even when I'm going across grass and stuff like that, it still is useful even without the in-body image stabilization on. So I'm thoroughly impressed with this. I think it's a really, really good tool to use. And if you're in the market for it, I can highly recommend it without a doubt. So let me know any questions you may have in the comment section below. I thoroughly like playing with this type of gear. The shot that I did at the beginning of the video took me like 5 seconds to set up. I turned on my smoke machine, put the speakers there, turned them on, played some music, and I got this kind of really super cool shot without very much planning at all, just by using this and a little bit of smoke. So let me know any questions you may have. And also, if you enjoyed today's video and you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, hitting that subscribe button below, and join the Cozy Coalition. On my channel, you're gonna see audio, you're gonna see consumer electronics, and you're gonna see content creation gear. So come back for more. And as always, stay cozy in that crazy world, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.